So for more, we now welcome Anthony Ruggiero, the Senior Director of Non-Proliferation and Biodefense Programs at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. He joins us now from Washington. Thank you so much for your time. These are very concerning reports. Power is out at Europe's biggest power plant. What exactly are the dangers here?
Well, thanks for having me. The dangers are probably, what people can imagine the most: ecological, humanitarian disaster if something goes wrong with the power plant. Unfortunately, the Russians are using it as a military base, and they're also the ones standing in the way of this visit. I mean, I think Rafael Grossi is trying to get his experts to that plant, but I think we have to call out that it's really the Russians who are standing in the way here.
How unprecedented is this to have this kind of situation where the power is out at a plant of this size and the implications right now?
Right. I think before the war, the plant itself provided 1/5 of the power for Ukraine, and so that certainly is unprecedented. But even more, using a nuclear power plant as a military base is unprecedented as well. Here in the United States, a bipartisan group of non-proliferation experts sent a letter to President Biden urging him to prioritize this effort. There's a lot of things in Washington we disagree on, but here on this issue, Republicans and Democrats who have served in government before have come together and urged more on the U.S. part.
Anthony, I'm going to ask you to stay with us. We need to take a very short break, but we're going to continue this conversation in just a few minutes, so please stand by. Back, and we're continuing with our discussion on the situation in Ukraine, where the state nuclear company says that due to fires at the Zaporizhzhia plant, power was cut off from the grid for the first time in history. Thank you for staying with us. Anthony Ruggiero, the Senior Director of Non-Proliferation and Biodefense Program at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, who's been standing by in Washington. And before we went to the break, we were talking about the IAEA, and we just heard Rafael Grossi saying they want to get there soon. What, though, can they do once they do get to the plant? Talk to us about, realistically, their options to make a difference right now. The situation is clearly urgent.
Well, there are some things that they can do electronically, remotely, which they have been doing with the Ukrainian nuclear regulator. But there, I think, as you said, there are things that they need to do at the plant. They need to make sure that the material is secure. And the other point is that the Russians are both torturing and intimidating, and in some cases, killing some of the workers at the plant. And so the IAEA being there will hopefully relieve some of that pressure. I mean, working in a nuclear reactor is stress enough. Having Russian military looking at people's cell phones and other things and basically intimidating the staff. Hopefully the IAEA will be able to relieve some of that pressure just by being there.
It certainly is a disturbing situation. We appreciate your insight. Anthony Ruggiero speaking to us live from D.C. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.